Open frames again. Hmm. Let's go to that. Very good. Or the skeletons. Yeah, how much is it, Sumble? It just... You can't actually go through. You pay the for the patent on the whole game, it's about $20. New location with its quests, some survivor packs started around the map. Eh. Will this work? Oh my god. Oh, I hope that stays like that. Won't, because this has got physics, right? Maybe not. And it's gone. That'll do. Bethesda didn't put children's skeletons in for a reason. My feelings. I think you should say that, but I think they did in Fallout 3. I think there are skeletons. Okay, they're parrot. Where would the blast would have come from? Glow and see over there. If I could position a skeleton so it was like looking through the chain link fence and holding onto it. That'd be great. This other bit. I want to fill the whole area unnecessarily. But I think the park things are a nice little addition. Back in my day, they were called expansion packs. Yeah, I'll just leave that bit bare. Necessarily fill it. Right, so a little bit more to do to this house in this area. And again, we'll detail all the rest of the houses, but I'll probably do that off stream. Yeah, I think this is looking good so far. We've got the remaining 3 houses decorated up, including the gardens at the back, so that'll really bring it out. Yeah, I think That'll look really good. Right, let me throw save and we'll go somewhere else. Do like 2 builds today. 2 build areas even.
You gotta help. My father's been kidnapped.
And no, I don't think I will. Showed off a little bit of crew manner. Have to cross in. You want to see what I got built up at Nordhagen Beach? I can't remember if I showed this off or not. Still needs work doing to it, a lot of detailing as with all of them. I built up a little fish processing factory. So, aside from the fact that the legs are floating under the water that I'll fix up, we got a little pier area. We got a little back of the factory. That. Forklifts and stuff stuck in the sand. You then got the whole factory building. You've then got workers' barracks next door to it, where there'll be beds. Got the front of the factory that was then pre-war mid-delivery. A lookout post up here, where the telephone poles propped on the side of it. Then side, this isn't functional at the minute, but the idea would be that whoever gets this settlement would then modify it to put their own machines in. A little fish processing plant. So fish go in, boxed fish out. There we go. Got some of the factory stuff in. But yeah, it needs a little bit more detailing. It's kind of plain. Lighting and all that stuff. Not much more really I want to do with this one aside for the detailing. Because I think, let me zoom out. I think it pretty big build. Like this side bit's a little bit samey and plain, so fix that up a little bit. But aside from that, I think this one's fine. Yeah, the airport. Again, can't remember if I showed off or not. I know I've done some completely offline. I think I had the airport tagged as being Minuteman and Brotherhood of Steel liaison sort of area. They're still around. So yeah, with this being where the Brotherhood of Steel is situated when they come here, I figured this would be sort of like a processing facility for them. I'll block this off with another bus. And yeah, just like a little terminal like that. Brotherhood and Minutemen relations. So, and open and plain. Don't know why there is a car in here. That shouldn't be there. Get rid of that. In fact, there's a couple of things that are placed here that shouldn't be where they are. Don't know why that is. So I think that'll probably come into its own when I can get some animation markers placed down. Done in a way that you can You'll then be able to just go through this bit. So you've got this sort of like lookout point up top. This then, I think it leads down to it this way. Well, this is just a way to get down to this point. Haunted areas, turrets that we need to get in. A few things that need to move in. So yeah, I'll get like NPCs placed here. I guess the idea with that would be that, again, after the game, you'd have transport system here, vertibirds. So it'll be the two factions working together. Do you want to have a look at the prison? I haven't really done much more to it since last time. But it's been a while, so let's go have a look at that. I might try to initiate the castle stuff. I think I can build there. I need to do the quest stuff. Maybe we can get that done and dusted and then we can start building up the castle. Even if I have to console the quests. So yeah, this is pretty much still the same. You got your pier, where you arrive, that's been destroyed. So we've got temporary walkways up. Got the prison warden's house, which I haven't done anything with yet. And then yeah, you got your whole prison. I showed this off before, but yeah, Skoldeux chairs. It's pretty big. We've still got the whole decorational thing here where prisoners that are executed are just yeeted off of the edge. And the Milooks take care of that. Several wings. You've got prison yard. Then we've got your workshop area inside. So yeah, the inside is very basic at the minute. Until you get the decorational stuff in and the furniture, basic. A little prop area. And to make some of the additional bits a little bit more exciting. Not going to touch that at all. Little cargo barge ship thing. That can stay as is. Got down here wreckage from a crashed plane. Put that in. I thought that was a nice little addition down to the side. I may even go as far as to like have a little bit destroyed. Because this will have been a pre-war prison here that the Minutemen will have repurposed for their own use. Rather than it being that this has been all built by the Minutemen. I like the idea that this pre-war building is just repurposed. So, hell of a lot of work to do with that. Well, that show made it clear the Brotherhood ending his law. Well, I'll be hearing from Todd's lawyers then. Go to the castle. I mean, you say that, but like, is it canon that if you go the Minuteman route, you have to blow up the Pridwin? Why don't you just leave them? I might be able to build here now even without doing the quest. Because again, it's only for the template, so I can just remove the eggs. Oh my god, how loud is this thing breathing? Jesus. Very good. Very good. Go the easy way. Ah, we got flashbanged. Right, let me see. Can I just do this straight away? Just clear the stuff out. I know this stuff clears out itself. Guess we're gonna have to kill him several times. Right, let me see. I use the workshop at the castle. Oh, these ones are blue? Interesting. Okay, let me do extra object selection. Can I not select the rubble? Really? I may get rid of this. Leave, come back. Hopefully it's all disappeared. I don't know if I have to do the Minuteman quest. Jesus. Because I'd rather wait until it's all done. Don't mind leaving a little bit of it, but... I figured we'd be able to scrap some of that with scrap everything. Maybe I need to put something additional on then. I don't just want to rebuild it fully. I'd rather do it manually, but... hardly select anything here. Got all the way out to that though, so that there is that. I can't even seem to get rid of these. Yeah, I think I need to look at some additional mods for the castle, maybe. I need to seem to get rid of some of these bits. Right, we'll move along from here then. I'll get some mods looked at. And we'll see about doing this place. Because I think this is the only one that we actually haven't done any building on at all. I'll make sure the quest is up to this point. Make sure there's any additional to be added. Warwick Homestead, let's check on that. Primary thing to this was to have an access point to the prison. It was either going to be there or from the castle, and I figured here would be better. So, I think I've done much with the actual building itself. But yeah, we had this separate walkway here. Separate to the farm and the rest of this. Then leads through here where the prisoners are processed. They're then brought down to the transport. Caged up. And then shipped off to the prison over there. Can't remove them, store late, and get cleaned after the minute old one will come. Yeah, I need to get the quest to that stage then. Which is going to require me to, what? Get several settlements helped. Not going to take too long. There is a dead settler here. Bill Sutton is dead. In fact, there are a couple of people that are dead here. I have had nothing to do with this. This is not my doing at all. Cedric Hopton. Yeah, I didn't do that. Pretty sure I didn't do that. So, don't know what's caused that.
I've had trouble sleeping ever since the hard times when we didn't
Probably
have
leave this as farm,
Sometimes
to be
I have
honest.
bad dreams about those days.
Might
Worrying that
well actually set out. I don't know what else I'd change it to, honestly. Made sure to fence off all the areas. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd probably leave it as a farm. We could probably expand upon it. Let's get this in. Maybe it's not a little smaller. Sense to me to put it there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't do it. I feel like I would have remembered that. Up this here. Little trading outpost. We don't really have like fence or anything like that, so it's relatively open. I might keep it that way. We might put some some spikes somewhere for Hilux. Let me have a look. Might be in fences. No, it isn't. I do feel like this place would probably have a barrier like this. So, again, on the mindset of designing sort of pre-war, we're going to leave that as is. That's quite nice. Checkpoint for this side for right-hand drive, and then we'll have the left side. Maybe we do a little bit of a fence then. What would have been the pre-war bit. So it's now turns out to be served. The guy from something him. I wanted the ending to be minimum with no activating the warning, and then the sole survivor jumping off the house and become a monster to destroy the monsters. Nice. How about this for an ending, Parrot? You work your way up the Minutemen to become general, which takes all of 2 seconds. You then use that power to amalgamate the railroad into the ranks as a specialist faction for the Minutemen, specifically designated to infiltrate the Institute. You also use your charisma skill to become a partner to the Brotherhood, but your own separate faction once again. You then finally get into the Institute. And then once you've infiltrated it and you've taken over it, you use all the technology for good. How about that? Or you could just blow it up. Because, like, it wasn't the technology that was inherently evil. It was the director and the scientists. Lord God, booth by the poles. Yeah. think blowing up the institute was a dumb thing. Yeah, I'm like 100% there with you on that one, Somble. I think we discussed this before. It was done, I believe anyway, to replicate the blow up Megaton feel. I think that was legitimately the only reason why it was done. We need to end the game on a big bang. It would technically be this side because of the right-hand drive. The other side doesn't make sense. I mean, when you think about it, Sumble, there's quite a lot of the story that's kind of dumb. But downloading a mod that makes the minimum take over and make everyone play nice. Sumble, what is that mod? We put a skeleton in. Today we're just putting skeletons everywhere. This looks post-war though. My only issue with this. Let's have it like that, so the sand's taken over it a little bit. And yeah, we'll just get a skeleton in it. What is a with army again? It's not one that's got police. Guard deed. Okay, we'll fence across then. We'll just have it going into the water. Probably this one again, thinking about it. Even though it doesn't snap. Which, I don't know, if you're going to make a mod that has fence items, make it snap, come on. It's called Conquer the Institute. How does it work? Give me the rundown on it. Yeah, I mean, this is half buried, but, you know, it's sand. Another bony fella. That work there just... Probably have that bit just end like that. You know, for how the water's gone in. If anything, we'll... A little bit of extra fencing. Like that. And we'll do the same on the other side. Yeah, that works, because then I'd have it like, I don't know, the fence technically went around to the side of the building, but, you know, the water has come in too far. These chain pieces great. Sure, you go to the MIT building, blow a hole and go down with the Minutemen, fight and take over the place, then make a stop sign guards inside. See, now this one doesn't work because the barrel's floating. I think maybe we need one of the standard ones that goes down a little bit. Beach fence, chain link. Oh, now we'll go back all the way to the other one. Get that in there. We'll just cycle through. Won't really be too much of a pain. Can't move the driftwood. Okay, we'll have a destroyed piece there. This here, but have this well down. That one should probably be angled. Alright, we'll have that. We need to get post in. Get this all the way around, not the bush. No, and then finally... If you ever need that angle, we'll have one going down like this. There we go. Yeah, I mean, that mod seems fine. Probably check it out. some point. At this point, it's any mod that changes the story. Terrible. Okay, so the pre-war fence is in. Side to the side. We would adopt that post-war as well. Yeah, that we repurposed a lot of the fence in. We have here what would have been the road that comes down to here. Crops are being grown there. We've got a massive area stuff to do here. We need some kind of Minuteman room. Like a little check-in point for that, which runs a little bit separate. Give me 2 seconds. And we're back. Yeah, a little room. Like, it's not an independent settlement. Everyone would be part of the Minutemen. We have sort of the official thing that only leads round to the back, and then more of the public area. So, realistically, a way to split that area into 2. But for how sort of close to the water this is, I don't think I'd put like a load of residential buildings or anything like that. Scenery stuff in there that can stay as is. There's also the subversion mod. It makes it that you and the railroad convince the Institute to give up. You both be in charge of it. Also makes the Brotherhood play nice. Down here. Yeah, I think it would just be what it is vanilla, just maybe expanded a little more. Like even the bits in here, I don't really think I'd change this, you know, with the lights hanging across. It's one of the settlements actually, though I don't really build here all that often. It's actually quite nicely decorated as is. I'll probably leave the inside of that as it is. Standard beds. We got 6 beds for those. Yeah, I mean, if there's anything additional, I'll have to do it sort of over in these bits. Finn went on vacation. Start working the fields. Work in the fields. It's like I could remove all this stuff, but I don't think they really would. I think it'd just be left in situ. So if anything, we need boxes and pallets and stuff like that. Let's get out of here. Out of this one. Still undecided if I want to do the vault as one of the things for this. It's technically DLC, right? Kind of all just end up looking the same, you know, vault's a vault. Oh, I don't think we've done anything at Somerville Place, actually. We'll go check. I don't think I've done anything here. If we haven't, we're getting started. You hated the Vault DLC. I mean, I wasn't particularly fond of it. It's like, it was fine. Nothing amazing. Yeah, I don't think I've done anything here. Wow. They sit on ground. Right, well, let's leave that as it is. We'll just lower it down a little bit. Okay, then we'll pull this place. Let me have a look at the map. We are right on the edge of the glowing sea, so this would really be sort of a staging ground as to anyone that is then traveling into the glowing sea, so we'll have that as the basis for this. In terms of crops, probably just get rid of them. Be more of like a prep area. Oh, we're gonna keep the swing. That's a unique item. So let's get rid of these. So I'll get like the anti-radiation archway thing in here. All of that. Can't actually get rid of this area where the crops are planted. Strange. I'll cover it up. Rid of all those. Can't get rid of this. I've got the extra object selected, right? I'll get rid of the house. Is that wild dog? It's just mongrel.
What the dog doing?
Oh, I hit the house as well. What did the dog do? I can't grab half this house. Wow, what a terrible, terrible addition. I don't know if you haven't grown any food in your settlements, people will leave the settlement. So, I do know that, but at the same time, I would imagine a lot of the settlements will have been linked together. I'll be going around at the end and making sure all the requirements are there. So rather than having a big area for crops for this, I'll be more there with, like, say, the planters. That kind of thing. Yeah, there's actually a lot here that I can't get rid of. We can build all into the woods. I don't really need to do any of that. Nice having the additional option to be able to do that, but I don't need to do that. An explosive car. Let's get rid of you. There we go. Replace that with that. We can build all the way down to this.
That should do it. If it's been sealed up since the Great War, there's no telling what might be inside.
We see Neil and random scavenger. Hatch detonate. What the hell is this? Oh. Yeah.
Back off. This is mine.
I mean, we can build down to this. That's pretty cool.
You'd better clear out. That hatch is mine. I found it first. You'd better clear out. That hatch is mine. 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 Back off. This is mine. I can't see!
Wow. I mean, you just stood there. Yeah, I mean, it's the hatch. What are you gonna do? What's a fella gonna do? You will remember this. Zico knows. Right, really just give you a relatively large area to build with this. And I don't really intend to build in like 90% of it. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Yeah, we'll leave the forest and the like as is. Probably leave this house as is. We'll just have an additional thing. So what would be the way from here that we'd go up to the glowing sea? Place that with that. Tractor can stay the same. These fires are pretty loud. I guess you'd naturally go up this way. All that. Go along this way. That's the vault over there. So it's pretty much behind that. The rest of it's a little too steep. Pop you over there out of the way. I always wonder why this place would be one of the first quests you get. What do you mean? What do you mean, Summel? SOE, misc. Why is this an option? Place a floor first to help snap in if you cannot place a wheel. Why is this? 50,000 people used to live here. Yeah, I might be able to get some of that in. I'm here specifically for, where are we? The decontamination arch. I feel like we'd have multiples of these in this settlement, so let me just get those there for now. I assume the wife, like, died. Bit higher than that. So this needs to be high enough that it hides those. We'll just cover up in front of the window. Snapping back on. Yeah, a little building here, I think, that would be specifically for anyone specifically in the Minutemen. It was about the venturing to the glowing sea. Or for those that have just got out of it. So we'll need a decontamination room. Place for them to stay. Stuff can stay as is. We've just built this like right next to the house. I don't even know if we need that one. Floating floors. No, it's fine. It's because I'm using the warehouse ones. I'll show you what I'll do. We'll be going out a little bit further than that. I know there's the cement ones, but there's a little there's a piece I use for this. Alright, can't hold there. We'll have that as corner. I believe it's in here. There we go. The wolf ones. Right, that might be a corner piece again. Corner pieces in. Yeah, I just think that looks nicer than just having the standard concrete down there. It's in fine. Be there. Okay, what we'll do. Go for the cinder block ones. Make it look real sort of industrial, especially with the fact that it's going to be dealing with the whole radiation stuff. Don't like how far out they snap. I might manually bring them in just a little bit. Or snap into the correct bit. Yeah, just straight up breeze blocks. Doesn't need to be pretty, it just needs to be functional. Back out a couple. They probably know windows. I don't think we can do windows with this. We've got the holes. I guess we got that with the doorway. Yeah, just straight up no windows to that side. The doorway one in. Yeah, we'll bring it in just a little bit. Settlers, please. Nah, we'll give him a new job soon. We're fine. Bring it all across. Snap. Yeah, I want this to be a very sort of brutalist kind of building. It doesn't need to be pretty. It serves the primary function of the resting of the soldiers before they head on into the glowing sea. Yeah, it's because we've got a big step here. We need to get some stairs up to this bit. So yeah, I love the idea that because we've built this in here, I just like, don't have a view over here. I've just got to deal with it. Symbols look funky. You're talking about the fact that there's technically no top to it. It's fine. Once we get a roof on, you can't tell. I think it's done for more of a memory thing. If there's any bits like that, which get those in. The roof. Why does it snap on the inside? Gotta do it that way, and then we'll get trim around it. Will I be able to use this bit? Maybe. Yeah. Literally every single time. It's always the opposite way. Why? Every single time. Replace like several pieces just so that you can actually place the one that you want. Because wall's reversed. If I was to flip that wall around completely and then try to snap again, it will do the exact same thing. Like I can't have reversed it every single time. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This isn't even the same size. Who made this stuff? I suppose I put roof right. Okay, I'll look. Even still, though. Come on. Mid. There we go. I like how the branch is like touching the top of the building there. Right, we need this to snap properly. Again on this one. And there like that. And then might be able to do the same thing here as well. No. Go, I think we've got it. There we go. I don't know where this is meant to go. The trim. Got some of this stuff on the prison. There's no like snap point to it. I think maybe because we got the one with the hanging off. So that's more of a bonus. Right, so within here we need an area for decontamination. Might extend out and have a little loop around tunnel. And then the rest will be beds, like a recreational area. So I go ahead and get rid of these 2 walls for now. Rid of those. Because I'll need to extend this out. There we go, we'll go with concrete for these ones. Probably just that far. And what we'll do... I mean, I know it's overkill, but it's there for show. Is we'll have, like, several of these in a row. Yeah, a little observation thing is not a bad shout. It's not a bad shout at all. At all. Have that there then. Observation on that side. Have you going through... observation bit in the middle. Observation bit in the middle. I have a plan. Does it involve bananas? Yes. I'm gonna need another one of those. Is it nice and easy? I hate how it's an archway and we can't just have it in a square. Right, so then that would be the observation deck in the middle. Keeping an eye on the rest of it. So... have... standard walls around the outside, just carrying on with the design from before. Just now extended out. Actually fits on those ones, I don't need to move them manually. We then have concrete and the glass ones here as well. Then I'm going to snap with these here. Maybe get another 2 here just because. I know again it's overkill. You only need the one. But try to make this look good. You kidding me here? What is the snap point that what is that snap point? What is that snap point? I'll do it manually. I'll make my own snap points. Do I need the single piece for it to snap? That why it's not doing it. Yeah. It's kind of in the middle, so you know, walk around. That one's fine. Got more down. Save. Back into the build menu because it's raining. I submit the arches inside and make them one way for people going from the Commonwealth, the Glow and seeing one the other opposite. I mean, that's not a bad shout, having it that way as an in and out, rather than a loop going round. Yeah, that's not a bad shout. There's a platform that then leads round to this bit. Okay, okay, I'm sold. I am sold on that idea. Get an extra load of extra concrete stuff in here. So how many more floors are we going to need for that then? For this. So, what of that? Needs to be the one extra. And technically observation about one more. Why you don't snap? I mean, it's fine. We've got the building extender on, but the idea as a whole is pretty good, so nice. Smaller ones on those bits. And yeah, one wanna be in, wanna be out. I'm desperately here. Walls. Loading this is now. No, and then 2 doorways. We can't move this tree. That's kind of annoying. I guess we can bring the doorways in a little bit then. Also means we'll be able to get this in. Oh, should we make the floors this? You know, extraction fans underneath. I'm right, we are. Only issue is the small concrete bit where that kind of clips through just a little bit. But I think that's not something to be too concerned about. I only did 1 in here. Okay, that's fine. Still there for the majority of it. And yeah, we'll do it from there. Yeah, we've got a little flickering thing because of it. Let's move it ever so slightly. I'll show you how we'll deal with it. We'll flicker in a bit. We'll cover it up. And not necessarily just with this. Although that does indeed cover it up. That wasn't what I was planning, but that'll do. And down. Cover it up. Why is this one snapping so weird? It's technically not snapping for this. There we go, a little manual placement. one shouldn't really make a difference. These ones are trying to place backwards. Okay, we'll do that. We'll just turn it around. Snap it back on. Do that. Turn it around. Couldn't. Right, doorways then. The outside bit. Go for the standard double. Double and a double. A secondary one in there. So I'd say this one would be the one that they come back into from. That way, and then observation. And they go around and get decontaminated even. This one, go through this way, and then you can head straight out. With these both going to the same area, I'll probably have a platform that goes up here a little bit. Okay, well, with that in mind, and for this bit. I think the roof for this bit will just be flat. Roof in, there's no trim. Where was the trim? There we go. The roof seem a little sketchy, but you're never gonna see it. We got there eventually. Yeah, I mean, we don't need the trim for the other bits, so. Trim for that bit. On a cap on, there we go. Alright, that bit's trimmed. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah, we need to pull back in there. Blasted stump. Kind of a custom thing here, so I really want to get rid of it. We'll just move it a little bit. Then we can have this up more this way. And then you can head off up over that way. And that makes more sense. Right, well, we need the doors in on that. We need power for this. Like I said, this area will be more beds and resting because there'll be several troops going out at any one time. So, for a save. Right, well, I'm going to leave it there for today then, for this episode. We have zoomed around several areas, and we got a little bit more in depth on some of them. I will, as mentioned, probably get the whole castle stuff prepped and ready to go for a little build there. But I start to this place. Aside from this building, the rest of the area is probably going to remain the same-ish. So yeah, we'll leave it there for now. So as usual, if you have enjoyed, do drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Do check those links down in the video description as always. Said and done, I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.